You have to talk a little louder since you're farther away, but not as much louder.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's going for you.
Maybe I don't like.
All right, we are live. So,
Come on. Okay, YouTube.
Kaz is just gonna hear that the whole time. Oh hey, it's Quinn today with us on the Motivation Exclusive because the template killed itself on us. So that's rough. All right.
Okay. That echoed.
All right. So you want to talk really quick and see if we can hear you?
Hello.
Okay. Hi.
That's a loop. Oh boy.
We are here. Why is my hat so freaking retarded today? We are here for motivation today only. Someone's watching. Hello, people. No, it says they're watching right now.
Sweet.
Thank you all for everyone who's joining. We're gonna motivate y'all today, and yeah, it's gonna be great. We don't have sports to talk about today, but who wants to go first? We got the Demogorgon over there from Stranger Things Day yesterday.
Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah. Guess I'll go first.
You go first and then I'll go.
This one's called The Power of Missing Someone. I want to talk today about something deeply personal yet universally relatable. Missing someone. Missing someone can feel like an emptiness that creeps up unexpectedly. But here's what I believe. It's not something to run from. Missing someone isn't a flaw or a weakness. It's a sign of the connections that make us human. When we miss someone, it means they left a mark on us, and that's a beautiful thing. Imagine missing someone like a campfire you're carrying in your heart. You can let that warmth fill you with memories, gratitude, and even inspiration. Because really, when we miss someone, we're given a chance to reconnect with what they taught us, how they made us feel, and who they helped us become. Missing someone reminds us that life isn't just about the here and now. It's about the lasting connections we make. The people who shape us and who, no matter the distance, stay with us in the same way, in some way. So the next time you miss someone, don't push that feeling aside. Embrace it. Allow yourself to feel it, reflect on it, and use it to grow. Missing someone can be a reminder of the love and connection that make life so meaningful. And that, I believe, is a powerful and beautiful thing.
Mine is motivation ties in with education. I hope this is loud enough.
Wait, did you want to say anything about that?
No.
I just heard and then.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Motivation plays a critical role in education, influencing students' engagement, persistence, and overall success. Here are some key points to consider regarding motivation in the educational content. One is intrinsic motivation. Students who are Wow. And you want to know how to say that?
Intrinsic, maybe? I think that's intrinsic and extrinsic.
Something like that.
Okay. Engages learning for the sake of personal satisfaction and interest. They are more likely to pursue knowledge, explore subjects deeply, and take initiative. The second one is interest motivation. This involves external rewards such as grades, praise, or prizes. While it can be effective, relying solely on extract motivators can diminish intrinsic motivation over time.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
I didn't know there was two things of the intric and extric, whatever how you say it.
Yeah. Anything you want to say?
No,
All right.
I'm just basically observing today.
If you want to have input in what we say, just go ahead.
I will.
Mine's about smiling. Smiling is such an simple act, yet it holds so much power. Think about the last time someone smiled at you. Even if it was just a passing stranger, that small gesture could have lifted your mood, even if just a bit. A smile doesn't change your own outlook. It has a ripple effect, a quiet way of lifting others around you. When you smile, something happens inside you. Science shows us that a genuine smile releases feel good chemicals, endorphins, dopamine, serotonin throughout your body, naturally lowering stress and making you feel better. But it's not just about us. When we smile, we're sharing positivity, offering silent encouragement, and showing a sense of unity. Imagine a day where everyone you met had a sincere smile. The world would feel friendlier, more connected, and kinder. When you smile, you give people permission to smile back, to feel accepted and safe. So make it a practice, whether you're walking down the street, talking with a friend, or even working through a challenging day. Remember the power of your smile. It's one of the easiest and most beautiful ways to brighten both your life and the lives of those around you. Embrace it because sometimes all it takes to make a difference is someone's day is a simple, genuine smile.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of input I should be putting, but I don't know. Just always, I feel like personal experience, just going back through just like time when I always see, like when I'm having a rough day, just to see somebody having a little smile, just smiling at me, even if it's a stranger, it always makes at least my day feel better when somebody's like, oh, hey, like, or just smiles like, oh, there is still like, I don't know, when I feel see people smiling, it always reminds me, even when I'm having a rough day, it's still a good day for somebody else. So just
Yeah.
keep on pushing forward.
I like that. I like that. Also, TED Talk reached out to me.
They did it.
Yeah, we don't have a set date, but you better go if it's here in Utah.
I want to see this.
We shall see.
Mine is called Staying Positive. Staying positive is essential for maintaining motivation and oh my gosh, resilience, especially during challenging times. Here are some tips and strategies to help cultivate a positive mindset. One, practice gratitude. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you are grateful for. Keep a gratitude journal can help shift your focus from what's lacking to what you can appreciate in your life. Two, surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with positive, supportive people who uplift and inspire you. Their energy can be contagious and help you maintain a more optimistic outlook. Three, focus on situations. When faced with challenges, shift your mindset from dwelling on problems to seek solutions. Ask yourself what you can do to improve the situation. Four, limit negative inputs. Be mindful of the media you consume and the conversations you engage in. Reducing exposure to negativity can help you maintain a more positive outlook. Five, set realistic goals. Break down your goals into manageable steps. Celebrating small achievements along the way can boost your confidence and keep you motivated. Six, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation or deep breathing can help you stay present and reduce anxiety. This practice fosters a more positive mindset by encouraging self awareness and acceptance. Seven, reframe negative thoughts. Challenge negative thoughts by reframing them instead of thinking, I can't do this, try again. This is a challenge I can learn from. Eight, engage in activities you love. Make time for hobbies and activities that bring you joy, whether it's reading, painting, or exercising. Engaging in what you love can enhance your mood and outlook.
Did you find these online?
Mhm.
You're just having trouble reading some of these big words.
Yeah.
I like them. Did you write them yourself?
What?
Did you write them yourself?
Mhm.
That's awesome. They're good.
Thanks.
He's just deep in thought right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My next one's about men's challenges often go unspoken, hidden beneath a stoic exterior that society seems to expect. Whether it's the stress of carrying heavy responsibilities, navigating career pressures, or struggling with mental health, many men feel like they're carrying an invisible weight on their shoulders. And here's the truth. For too long, these problems have been overlooked. But we can change that. First, let's acknowledge that men's issues are real and deserving of attention. When men are encouraged to speak openly about their struggles, they not only benefit themselves but inspire others to do the same. It's not about complaining or seeking pity. It's about giving every man a chance to be heard and understood. The solution starts with creating spaces where men can share without judgment. Support groups, open forums, friendships built on trust, all of these can make a massive difference. Men need spaces where vulnerability is not seen as weakness, but as a step towards strength. And remember, being part of the solution doesn't mean having all the answers. Sometimes it just means being there, listening and supporting each other. When men come together to support and empower one another, they can break down that stigma that long held them back. So let's take that step. Let's change the narrative. Let's build a culture where men can embrace their full humanity, strengths, struggles, and all.
Okay.
You have nothing else to say on yours? Oh.
Okay, I've created one in my head. I didn't write it down at all, but this is motivation, Quinn's motivation. Coming. Do I have to say like a title, like the create a title?
No,
of
this
it?
is just
Okay.
I title my speeches. So.
Yeah, but the thing that I don't know, like, but I'm gonna try to go out to motivate is just like one thing I've learned. I've like the best motivation is just like life experience, and one thing I've learned from like life is just like one thing with me is like I am a super, like I'm a people pleaser to the T, but it's just like as you go throughout life, you're gonna you more realize that a lot of people actually don't care about you. It's just like you're gonna have people that's gonna come into your life for a little bit and then move on. Like life goes on every day and stuff. And the one thing that you always have to remember is this life is for you here to learn and for you to get closer to God. The only person that will be with you from when you were born to when you die is God, because different people come into your life, go out of your life. Like you life goes on. Maybe someday you end up moving away from like your close friends and stuff, but all you will have is your family and God that will be there with you to help you support you and on your path.
I like that. That's factual. I mean, you have friends in life, but not all of them will stay. Some will. They'll be there for your whole life, but God's the friend that will be with you from day one to day. Whenever you die, yeah.
He will always, even when you die, he will still be with you.
Yeah, he'll still be with you. He'll be there to.
And another thing, that just pops up in my head to add with that is just like your friends and like your family might know like the things, the challenge you're going through, but they don't know what's actually going through. They don't know what's in your heart, and God does know what's in your heart, and He will know what's the best way to help you.
The other thing with that is they also don't know what's going on in your mind. Only you and God. Only you and God know that. So whatever's going on through your mind, don't think you're alone, because God still knows. I mean, He created you. He knows what's going on. He gave you that challenge because He knows you can make it through. He knows that you're strong enough to pass that trial, pass that challenge, move on to the next one. My next thing is good things don't come easily. Life is full of moments that challenge us, shake us, and sometimes make us question our path. It's filled with things we'd rather avoid. The uncomfortable situations, the days that test our patience, the uphill battles where we feel like we're getting nowhere. But what if I told you that these moments, the ones that suck, are where the magic happens? This is where real growth lives. When life hands us something difficult, we have two choices: either avoid it and take the easy way out, or step right into it, head held high, and embrace the difficulty. We can look at the discomfort and say, "Bring it on." Because here's the truth: every single person you admire, every success story you look up to, every legend you know, they got there by embracing what was hard, not by sidestepping it. They understood that the journey to greatness isn't paved with comfort, but with struggle. Think about any skill you've learned. It didn't come instantly, right? There were hours, days, or maybe even years of practice of failing and of trying again. It wasn't always fun, and it certainly wasn't always easy, but it made you better, pushed you through, and on the other side, you found growth, confidence, and success. It's like this with every area of our lives. Athletes don't become champions by lifting weights that are light. They push themselves to the point of exhaustion. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Exhaustion. Oh my gosh.
I just had it. Now I can't say it.
To the point they're exhausted. Embracing their soreness to sweat the moment when they're ready to give up. They know that pushing into that discomfort is what builds strength, both physically and mentally. This is true for all of us. If we want to be stronger, we have to lean into what's hard. We can't skip over the struggle. Now let's talk about failure, the moments that make us doubt ourselves the most. Failure is tough, no question. But what if instead of seeing failure as the end, we start seeing it as the process as part of the process? Every failure is feedback. It's a sign that you're pushing your limits, trying new things, putting yourself out there. Failure isn't something to avoid. It's something to embrace. When you fail, you learn. When you learn, you improve. And when you improve, you grow stronger. So the next time you're faced with a situation that seems daunting or you find yourself in a place that feels uncomfortable, don't rush to escape it. Don't look for a shortcut. Take a deep breath, ground yourself, and say, "This is where I'm supposed to be. This is here to make me better." Remind yourself that this challenge, no matter how tough, is a stepping stone to something greater. In every difficult moment, there's an opportunity. There's a chance to prove to yourself what you're capable of. There's a chance to develop resilience, grit, and character. When you push through the tough times, you're training yourself to be unbreakable, to face even bigger challenges with courage and resolve. The discomfort, the failure, the struggle, they're all here for a reason. They're shaping you, toughening you up, building you into a version of yourself that's stronger than you could have ever imagined. So embrace what sucks. Don't just get through it, grow through it. These hard moments, as tough as they feel now, are paving the way of your future strength, your future success, and your future self. Every moment of discomfort you embrace is an investment in becoming the best version of you. So dig deep, lean in, and remember, if it's hard, it's helping you. Embrace it.
That was a lot to take in.
I can tell he's deep in thought.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to say before I move on to the next one?
No.
This one I call pushing past your limits. We all know that moment when we're ready to give up. When we pushed and fought and it feels like there's nothing left. We hit a wall, and in that moment, every part of us wants to stop, to step back, to settle. But let me tell you something about those walls. They're not here to stop you. They're here to test you, to ask you one critical question. How much do you want this? Limits aren't real barriers. They're thresholds. Every single great accomplishment in history exists because someone refused to be confined by what felt safe, what felt comfortable, or even what seemed possible. They saw the limits as starting lines, as invitations to step into something greater. If you think about it, every skill, Every breakthrough and every achievement is born from discomfort, from pushing yourself past the point where most people stop. Take any athlete, any musician, any scientist. Behind every success is a story of someone going the extra mile, staying an extra hour, putting in an extra effort. They fought through their own doubts, ignored the voice saying enough, and kept going when others wouldn't. But here's the thing, pushing past your limits isn't just about winning or achieving something big. It's about who you become in the process. Each time you challenge your limits, you get stronger, you build resilience, you deepen your confidence, and you open your eyes to what you're truly capable of. Think about it. Every time you go beyond what you thought was possible, you're rewriting your story. You're telling yourself, this is not where I stop. This is where I grow. And that's belief. And that belief, that inner strength becomes your foundation. You begin to realize that you are capable of so much more than you ever dreamed. And that knowledge, that's freedom. Because once you've tasted what's on the other side of your limits, you'll never be satisfied with staying where you are. Let me tell you a secret about pushing through limits. It's contagious. When you push yourself, you give permission to everyone around you to do the same. You become a source of inspiration, of light, a living example of courage. People will look at you and see what's possible. Your willingness to break through becomes a spark, igniting change not just within you, but in everyone you touch. So when you're faced with that wall, whether it's that final mile in a run, a last rep in a gym, or those extra hours it takes to bring your dream to life, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of all the people who once doubted you, of all the times you doubted yourself, and then take that one extra step. Because on the other side of your limit, there's a version of you who's braver, stronger, more resilient than the one who started. And that version, that's who you were always meant to be. So today and every day after this, when you feel that urge to stop, take a breath, dig deep, and remember, the magic always happens just beyond the point where most people quit. Make it a habit to keep going, to push past the limit, because that's where greatness lives.
I 100% agree with that. I guess that I'll talk for now. But I don't know. I totally agree. It's just like as you work on your goals, it might be super tough to while you're in the moment, but it's like once you finally achieve like you achieve that goal and like look back, even if you're just sometimes just like when you're in your goal, just to take a break, not to stop, but just stop for a minute, just and look how far you came. It's just like if you see from square one to where you are, even if your goal is not finished yet, it's still you came a long way. You learned so much, and you keep on like pushing forward. And when you get done with that goal, it's just like, man, I actually did a goal that I wanted, I completed, and it feels so good. And it just gives you more, what you were saying, gives you more of that desire. You get like, I want to keep on being more successful, keep on beating my goals because I feel great doing that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to succeed, you got to always have a goal ahead of you, because if you don't have a goal, you're just stuck in the same place. I mean, you have to work towards your goal. That's why it's called a goal. So if there's no goal, you're stuck here, while the goal that you want but haven't set is all the way over here. And you're not making steps forward because you're not working towards it, because you haven't set it. Once you set a goal, that's the small step you need to start that mile, to start that marathon. I mean, it's part of life. It's part of success.
Yeah.
That's goals.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yes.
anything you want to say?
Not right now.
Okay. My next one. Winning in life doesn't always look like what we see on TV. It isn't always about fame, medals, or crowds cheering your name. Real winning is about living with purpose, and purpose starts with paying attention. Think about it. Every day is filled with clues, with insights, with small, hidden messages. Life is consistently teaching us, consistently giving us feedback. But only the ones who pay attention pick up on it. Only those who are fully present can truly make the most of what life is trying to give them. Paying attention isn't just about listening or seeing. It's about observing, understanding, and learning. Think of every moment as a lesson. Maybe it's a lesson about resilience when you face a setback. Maybe it's a lesson about kindness when someone treats you well. Or maybe it's a lesson about strategy when you're working towards a goal. When you're fully tuned in, you start to connect the dots that others miss. And those dots, those moments of insight, are what lead you to victory. Winners don't stumble into success. They recognize it because they've been paying attention all along. They've noticed that what works and what doesn't. They've taken mental notes, gathered wisdom, and applied it day after day. By paying attention, they've learned what others didn't, and that knowledge becomes their edge. Remember, paying attention is about more than observing what's outside. It's about listening to yourself as well. What are your strengths? Where do you need to grow? How do you handle challenges? How do you react when things don't go your way? These are questions your answer may stay, but it's answered by staying aware. By looking inward and by refusing to ignore what makes you who you are. Imagine the world around you as a map. Those who skim the surface might see a few roads, maybe some landmarks. But those who pay attention see the details. They see every turn, every shortcut, and every hidden path. They navigate life with purpose, while others wander without direction. Paying attention is like having a GPS guiding you towards your goals, helping you avoid pitfalls and showing you where to go, even when things get tough. And yes, paying attention is hard. We live in a world full of distractions. There are phones, screens, deadlines, and worries pulling us in 1,000 directions. But champions, those who win, know how to silence the noise. They focus on the task, they pay attention to the details, and they see opportunities others are too busy to notice. So I challenge you to stay present. Don't drift through your days on autopilot. Don't skim through life, hoping for success to fall in your lap. Instead, tune into every conversation, every challenge, every opportunity. See every day as a challenge to learn and grow. When you pay attention, you don't just survive, you thrive. You don't just exist, you make a difference. Remember, success isn't given, it's earned through commitment, through presence, through the power of paying attention. And when you do that, when you make paying attention your habit, you'll be ready for every chance that comes your way. You will recognize what others don't. You will seize what others miss. And in that focus, in that awareness, you will find the key to winning. Not just once, but over and over again. So pay attention, because if you do, you will win.
Nothing to say. That was right on. Period! Exclamation point.
How about you?
It's kind of like how Michael Jordan's story, how no one believed in him for basketball, or was it baseball?
I would say basketball because,
It was basketball.
baseball, he wasn't great. Let's just put it that way. About basketball, he didn't make the high school team at all.
Uh-huh.
Because no one really believed in him, and then he just kept practicing, and then he came into college, and then went to the NBA. Now he's just a huge, popular millionaire, and success person. So
He's known as the GOAT. You go for that. That's the resilience you need to have, is knowing that no matter what people say, it's your standards. It's your limit, not theirs. So practice every day. Do what you need to do to be the best person in that job you want. Whether it's a professional sport player or you're just going into it as an accountant. Best job. You want to be the best darn accountant in the world. And that also takes practice. Also takes resilience to push forward, to make sure you're making the right movements in that job. My next Life is a journey that constantly pushes us to evolve. Every day is a new opportunity to live fully, to learn deeply, and to grow into the person we were meant to be. But it's important to understand that this growth doesn't happen by accident. It's a process, and it takes time, patience, and effort. There will be challenges, there will be setbacks, and there will be times when we feel like we've hit a wall. But it's precisely in these moments that we discover who we truly are. Living is about more than just existing. It's about being present in here and now. It's about finding meaning in the everyday moments, even when they seem small or insignificant. Whether it's a conversation with a friend, a quiet morning, or a simple act of kindness, every moment is an opportunity to experience life. Don't rush through it. Don't wait for the big milestones to feel alive. Embrace the process. Life is unfolding right before you. Take it in. Learning is an essential part of this journey, but learning is not just about absorbing facts or acquiring new skills. It's about the willingness to question, to grow uncomfortable, and to acknowledge that there's always more to discover. It's about accepting that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's empowering. When we stop learning, we stop growing. Life is full of lessons. If we're open to seeing them, from the mistakes we make to the new perspectives we encounter. Every day presents a new opportunity to learn, whether from others or from within ourselves. And then there's a process of growing. Growth isn't just about achieving success or reaching goals. It's about how we change as people in the process. Growth comes from pushing yourself, taking risks, and stretching your limits. It's about becoming more resilient in the face of challenges, more compassionate in the face of others' struggles, and more aware of our own potential. Growth happens when we get comfortable with discomfort and start to see failure as a stepping stone, not an endpoint. When we allow ourselves to grow, we unlock possibilities we never thought possible. But growth isn't easy. There will be times when you feel like you're not making progress or that you're going backward. There will be days when it feels like the weight of the world is too much to carry. But these moments are part of the process, too. They don't define you, they refine you. Each challenge, each hardship is an opportunity to learn and to grow stronger. So embrace each part of the journey, live with purpose, be present, and soak in every moment. Keep learning, remain curious, and seek out new experiences that challenge and expand your understanding. And above all, keep growing. Strive to become a better version of yourself every single day. Not because you have to, but because you can. Remember, it's not about how quickly you get to your destination. It's about who you become along the way. With every lesson learned, with every obstacle overcome, you are one step closer to the person you are meant to be. Keep moving forward, keep learning, and keep growing.
Spot on.
All right. Pain is inevitable. Every one of us at some point will face it. We'll go through hard times, from heartbreak to loss, from setbacks to failure. It's part of the deal, part of the experience of being human. Pain doesn't discriminate and it doesn't wait for an invitation. But here's the truth. While pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. We can't choose if or when pain comes, but we can choose how we respond. Pain can be a teacher. It pushes us to grow, to become resilient, and to learn what we're truly made of. Think about it. Some of our greatest achievements, our proudest moments came after periods of struggle. Pain opens a door to growth. It's there to remind us what we're capable of enduring. So when life brings pain, don't run from it. Face it. Embrace the lessons it's here to teach. Let it make you wiser, tougher, and more compassionate. Pain is not the end. It's the beginning of something powerful. We're not defined by what happens to us, but by how we choose to rise from it. Remember, you're stronger than you think, and with each struggle, you're preparing for something greater. So don't fear pain. See it for what it is, a stepping stone on a path to your best self. Are you reading the baby ingredients? It's made out of babies.
Got baby food.
You should try it live.
Try it live.
There was a spoon in that bag I gave you.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
Dude, that just. No, you actually did that. No way, bro.
Not gonna lie. Most bananas are actually pretty good.
It smells pretty good.
No, you just shot that.
No. Oh no.
It tastes good, huh?
It smells good, like from here when you put your nose to it. Nah. No.
That planet landed.
Mm.
Baby oils. Baby oils.
Diddy. Woo! I'm gonna go grab a soda.
Don't grab the Shirley Temple.
Okay.
Finally, he's gone. Welcome. Hey guys, welcome back. It's me.
I'm gonna grab some num nums.
Are we gonna end this?
I don't. No, it's live.
You can just click end stream.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't be over yet.
What?
It's not over yet.
It's not. I'm gonna. Toby, what can I have? What can I have? What can I have?
You're just excited for Stranger Things. Season 5 is going to be fire. I might not be able to see it, but hey, I will in 2 years, 2.5 years. So I just hope it comes out before I leave on the mission. That would be awesome.
He says I should give you a Reese's. Look at that small one.
Here you go. I'm giving you all Reese's. I can have them.
I can.
There you can.
Are you to the smell of peanut butter?
The best M&M's.
We are not sponsoring that or endorsing that at any point, unless they pay me. My next one. Sometimes life has a way of shifting things around, rearranging people in and out of our lives. People we thought would be there forever might suddenly disappear. Relationships that felt unbreakable may crack, and people who once held a place in our hearts may start to fade. It's confusing, it's painful, and it often leaves us asking, why? But here's the truth. Not everyone is meant to walk with us forever. Not everyone can go where you're headed. Sometimes God removes people from our lives not to hurt us, but to protect us. He sees things we don't see. He knows things we don't know. And when he takes someone away, it's because he sees a future we're not yet aware of. A future where the person might hold us back, drain our energy, or steer us away from our purpose. Imagine this. Okay? Excuse me. God hears conversations we're never part of. He sees moments when someone spoke doubt into our dreams or judged us in silence. He knows who is truly rooting for us and who isn't. So when he removes someone, he's not punishing us. He's positioning us for what's ahead. Sometimes we're clinging to people who are keeping us small, who are weighing us down. God knows the journey we're on, and he knows the kind of people who will support that journey and the kind who won't. It's natural to feel sad, to grieve relationships, and to feel loss of those who once meant so much to us. But here's where trust comes in. Trust that God has a vision for your life that is so much bigger than what you can see right now. Trust that he's making room in your life for people who will encourage you, support you, and believe in you when you need it most. Sometimes it takes losing people to discover our own strength and to realize who's truly meant to be part of our story. We can't always see the full picture, but God does. He knows what you need. He knows who will stand by your side through life storms. And as painful as it is to let go, we have to believe that each person who exits our lives is creating space for someone better, someone who will lift us up instead of weighing us down. So don't waste energy trying to hold on to people who were meant to leave. Don't keep looking back, wondering what went wrong, because it was never about you being not enough. It was about God removing what didn't fit in your future. You're exactly where you're meant to be, with the people who are meant to be with you. Let go of what isn't serving you and trust in the path that lies ahead. In the end, the people who are meant to be in your life will stay. They'll walk beside you through the highs and lows. They'll lift you up, believe in you, and push you towards your dreams. Trust that God has a plan for your life and that He's putting the right people in your path. Having faith as long as having faith that as you let go of those who no longer belong, you're making room for blessings beyond anything you could imagine. Remember, some chapters close so better ones can begin. Embrace the journey, trust in God's wisdom, and let go with peace in your heart, knowing He sees what you cannot. Yeah.
Amen.
Are you messing with his hand?
No.
Oh.
Play with this.
Amen.
Hey, yo. Anything you want to say?
Yours is just so on point. I have nothing to say.
I just need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about something else tonight.
Don't clog the toilet. Go ahead.
Well, I want him to be here for this last one because I want this last one. I want us to talk about it as much as we can. So I'm gonna look up motivational quotes that we can talk to you guys about and what we think about them.
I don't know how long you can do.
Yeah. If you can change your mind, you can change your life. William James.
There was
I agree with that because once you're set on something in your mind, if you change it, what's that say about you, right? So it means you can change more than just that. It means you can change your life around. If you're in the wrong area of where you need to be in life, flip it 180. You'll be back where you need to be.
This is a quote. Today is a new day. Even if you did it wrong yesterday, you can get it right today. Dwight Howard. That was my last two.
No.
Oh wait, no. I got one.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. That could hit point with anyone who's watching this. I'm sorry that you guys are going through things because, I mean, people who follow, I know they're following because they want the motivation to get through it, and that hurts me, knowing that other people are going through it as well. But failure should not lead to fatality. It should not lead to death. It should lead to trying again, and you will succeed. You will. And you just have the courage to continue, because if you continue, all the other people around you are going to be saved from a whole ton of grief that could lead to a lot more fatalities.
One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. It doesn't say who it's by. Growing up too fast, man.
Yeah. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Vince Lombardi. I agree. I mean, perfection is never ever attainable. It says it right in our religion. It is the only perfect being that ever be on earth will be Jesus Christ. He will always and forever be the only perfect being. But if we chase perfection, he says we'll catch excellence. I agree with that because excellence is basically perfection for us because we know we'll mess up. We know we'll mess up. It's called repentance. God gave us repentance for a reason because he wants us to mess up. He wants us to learn from our mistakes. He wants us to talk to him, to help us through our trials. And that's part of chasing perfection. Is we're chasing to be like Christ, but that's impossible. We can't. But excellence is our perfection. That's our perfection, and that's all that matters. Is start chasing perfection, you'll be excellent. ASMR.
Oh, hi guys.
What the fuck? There we go. And Quinn will be right there.
Hi.
You have another quote?
Oh. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard.
I thought you were going to say George Porn.
It didn't. But okay. Bernard.
I heard puh.
Oh,
I heard puh.
Bernard. Bernard.
That's what I heard. Hey, you made it.
Oh, hey, how's the podcast?
It's good.
That's good.
I got one more speech for you guys.
Can I try it? Or are they gone?
The last one.
You don't text you. Give me a rule.
You thought he ate the last one.
Yeah, I thought I did, and I felt the bag, and I was like, "Where's the movie?"
All right, let's hear this.
After the video just went off.
Nice to ruin the motivation segment.
But what I do want is I want this one to last. I don't want me to just talk about it and then be pushed aside. I felt like this one needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
If it can't be, oh well. But I think it could be very well, easily.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Picture yourself on a winding trail up a mountain. At first, you're full of energy, excited about reaching the summit. But as you climb, the trail becomes steeper. The weight of each step more noticeable. You look up, and the top feels as far away as it did when you started. It's frustrating. It's exhausting. But you keep going, one small step at a time. Slow progress feels exactly like that climb. When we're not moving as quickly as we'd like, we can start to question if it's even worth the effort. We're tempted to look around at others who seem to be sprinting towards their goals, comparing their journey to ours, and feeling like we're somehow falling behind. But here's what we often forget. Every person climbing their own mountain in their own way at their own pace is still on a path upward. And no matter how small these steps may seem, there's still steps toward the summit. In these moments when progress feels slow, remind yourself of this. Progress is progress, no matter the speed. It's not about how fast you're moving, it's about staying committed. Continue to place one foot in front of the other, even when you can't yet see the results. Just because it's not happening fast doesn't mean it's not happening. Think of your skills, your building, and discipline you're developing, and the resilience that's being forged with every step. Real growth isn't always flashy or quick. It's often quiet, slow, and persistent. The strength you build from pushing through each of these steps, small steps, is what will carry you through bigger challenges ahead. And remember, even nature itself teaches us about slow progress. Trees take years to reach their full height, roots spreading deep and branches reaching towards the sky, not because they're in a hurry, but because they're focused on being steady, strong, and resilient. Not competing with the trees next to them. They're simply growing bit by bit because they know that growth is their purpose. So keep showing up, keep putting in the work, even when it feels like progress is barely there. It's like filling a bucket with water one drop at a time. It seems like nothing at first, but eventually those drops add up, and that bucket will be full. You're building something meaningful, something lasting, one small step at a time. Progress doesn't need to be fast. It only needs to be forward. Embrace every small win and then keep climbing. Because each step you take is a step closer to who you're becoming. Slow progress is still progress. And in the end, every step will be worth it.
Boom. One thing I really like, like the climbing a mountain analogy. It's like even if you think about climbing a mountain, it's just like as you are climbing a mountain, it's all you see the top, and as you go climb the mountain, there's gonna be, even when you're climbing, there's gonna be like little hills you have to climb down, and to climb back up, and it's gonna go swerving. Like it's not just one straight shot. That's like our spiritual journey in life is gonna be. There's gonna be their ups. There's gonna be their downs. There's gonna be like the nice flat areas. That's gonna be super nice. Like okay, I can do this, and then there's gonna be these mega steep parts in life that just like okay, like I really need help right here. But as you keep on getting closer and closer to the top, after you finish the steep part, you look back and you're like, man, I have completed that and stuff. So I just really like the mountain analogy.
Yeah, I mean, you can take that as progress, but like he said, you can also take it as your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey is your whole life, and so it's small progress. It's undoubtedly small progress because you're progressing to be like Jesus throughout your whole life. It doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't actually happen at all because he was perfect. But if you at least strive to be like him, you're taking those small steps in the spiritual journey towards God. Anything you have to say?
Success doesn't come right when you start something. You always end up failing, and you can't always just succeed. And there's always obstacles in the way when you try to do something new. You just gotta keep pushing forward, and don't let anyone bring you down when you have obstacles, or just keep going to the success.
Yeah.
I try not to laugh.
I brought this up in the first podcast, but it just fits with anything in life. Was the guy who was talking to his son playing Connect Four, and the kid loses like 11 times, right? He's like, "All right, I'm ready for bed," and the kid says, "No, we're not going to bed until I win." I like that speech a lot because he goes into after that saying, you don't believe in yourself. You try again and again and again. The lights are cut off. But you say it's not over until I win. Because it's not. I mean, it's really not over. It's not other people's choices when you win. It's up to you. Whether the goal's right here or the goal's all the way over here. Once you're to that goal, you won. It's on to the next match. On to the next match. On to the next match until you win, 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 and win. You may lose and fall back, but you keep going forward. You go forward again until you win. You fall back, you go forward. Fall back, go forward. It's part of life. It's hard to just go straight forward. I mean, there's a lot of obstacles in your way. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff you'll see on Instagram that can just turn you backwards like a far way. You could have had this goal right here, and you're already having to go towards that goal again because of one thing. Because, I mean, that's what the world is now. It's like it's just a big distraction from your path, and that's what God is trying to warn us through the prophets. Stay focused on God, repent, and go to your bishops and stake presence and repent, because you're not going to last in last days if you aren't worthy, if you aren't really truly loving Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ has come for us. But if we're not worthy of His love, we need to feel worthy of His love. He will always think we're worthy of His love. Always. He's that kind of guy who will love us no matter what. But we need to feel worthy. If we don't feel worthy, we're not going to go over to Him and kiss His feet. We're going to stay back and just admire Him, right? We don't want that. We want to hug Jesus. We want to hug our brother. Because if we don't hug our brother, where's the love?
Amen.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in today. We don't have any sports talk today because of stupid Google Docs, but we were glad to do motivational only. That we like to focus on that a lot now, and just keep on striving to be your best self. And peace out.